fog. It hides the northern Pacific coast of Canada for most of the year. This is the Great Bear Rainforest, a forest full of mysteries and wild creatures. And it's one of those wild creatures, the rarest of them all, that we are looking for. Muchmo, the spirit bear. There are no roads in the Great Bear Rainforest. This labyrinth of islands is best accessible by boat. These people, scientists, have to approach this rugged coastline from the water to reach the unique temperate rainforest and discover the secrets it holds. Few regions on our planet produce as much biomass as this rainforest. It's the world's largest and most productive temperate rainforest and thrives along the west coast of Canada, a vast 300-mile-long expanse of fjords and islands along the North Pacific. Since time immemorial, these islands and forests have been home to Tsimshian nations of the Gitga'at community. The Gitga'at believe that they are one with the land, the forests, and the ocean. In their world, the animals are their brothers and sisters, and the time when the last ice age covered the west coast of Canada is also a part of this legend. Raven, the creator, wanted to leave a memento of the Ice Age, and so he decided that every 10th bear should have white fur. This, they say, was when the spirit bear was created, the white bear of the rainforest. To this day, these bears live deep in the forests, on the islands and along the wild rivers of the northern British Columbia coast. Only very few people have been lucky enough to catch sight of one. Like a gigantic wall of granite, the coast mountains block the clouds that roll in from the Pacific Ocean, causing them to rise up and drop their moisture. This almost incessant precipitation is the motor that drives the rainforest. A motor that never stops and never falls silent. Everything in the rainforest, the rocks, the living and dead trees, are covered with a thick growth of mosses that have an important task. They hold the moisture in. In this way, they keep the forest humid and cool and stabilize living conditions for all animals. In the temperate rainforests of the north, biomass doesn't decay as quickly as in tropical rainforests. The destructive organisms here are slow and need a lot more time to do their work. Yet this rainforest is more productive than those in the tropics. In this remote region, it isn't easy to do research or even travel at all. Very few smaller boats venture this far north along the wild, rainy coast. The only chance to find the bears is when they come down to the streams for the one big event of the year. The arrival of the salmon in late summer. For now, though, all is quiet. Is this the quiet before the storm? On the outer islands, the group discovers a pack of coastal wolves. These rather small wolves are a genetically distinct subspecies of the grey wolves that live further inland. They've been isolated here on the islands since the last ice age, and one aspect of their behavior is unique. They're the only wolves that feed on fish. In fact, they live on fish and beached carcasses of marine mammals. Food that also attracts other hungry visitors. But the pups have nothing to fear from the black bear. During the spring and summer months, the bears eat berries and grass, and they move slowly to save energy because there are not enough nutrients in the grass to help them gain weight. The river otters living on these islands have also adapted to the salt water. The bear is no threat to them either. They're quick and clever. The intertidal zone is their buffet. Mussels, small crabs and fish are their favorites, and they're always inquisitive explorers. The ravens, the heralds of the rainforest, announce a visitor. Marvin Robinson is a Tsimshian guide and a member of the Gitga'at First Nation. He's also looking for the salmon and the bears, the secret spirit bears.
This forest means a lot for me. Like about 18 years ago, this is the very spot that I've seen my first spirit bear. So prior to that, it was all hush-hush about this bear, the sacred bear, really, to us. And we weren't even allowed to talk about it anytime. We were told to keep quiet. If we seen one, don't tell nobody. It was a special treat to whoever got to see one. You know, there was very few that got to see one of these rare bears. And ever since I started, we've found some really special places that we keep to ourselves.
And indeed, the places here are special. On the outer islands, waves and winter storms have created magical beaches. Most of the islands in the Great Bear Rainforest are rocky and precipitous. Wide estuaries and shallow coves are rare. But the steep cliffs also offer food. Here, with a little luck, a visitor could get a first glimpse of the mystic animal the experts are looking for, the famed spirit bear, one of the rarest animals on Earth. The bear's prey is glued to the rocks in the intertidal zone. Barnacles grow in the cold waters of the North Pacific, and at high tide, when they're covered with water, they look almost like animals from another world. Their feathery arms filter plankton out of the water. It's hard to believe that these little creatures are related to crabs. This bear's barnacle hunting shows again how important the ocean is for the nourishment of the forest dwellers. And there's enough nutrition to feed even the largest animals that roam the waters, the whales.